Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We've got just about 30 seconds before class starts. I'm going to grab a drink. Please feel free to take a drink whenever you need it. We're going to get started in just a moment. If you have any kind of props, blocks, if you don't have blocks, you can use water bottles, books, or anything that's a little bit sturdy. We will have a little support towards the end if you'd like to use a cushion or pillow or rolled up blanket. So welcome, my name is Nikki. Thank you from Yoga Buzz from Earth Day. A little bit different this year, but I'm glad that I had the opportunity to meet you guys and to guide you through a 30-minute flow. I teach regularly for Yoga Buzz. I've been teaching for a couple of years. You may have seen me at events. I teach every Tuesday, 7 a.m. live on their Facebook, their YouTube, and on their website. It's the Sunrise Yoga at 7 a.m. if you want to join me then. So today, if you've been paying attention to their Instagram, the pose of the day is lion's breath. Lion's breath is great for releasing tension, relaxing, releasing your mind, letting go. So we're going to do a little bit of lion's breath in our pranayama and our opening poses. And so we are going to get started today in a nice tall seat. So that seat can be knees bent, can be legs long, can be whatever's comfortable for you here. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes. Maybe let your gaze fall down towards your shins if you don't want to close them. And start to focus inward on your breath. I'm going to take about 4 rounds of breath here. And I know it's a stressful time. Right now, everything going on, things are different, things are scary, things are changing, you're unsure of what's going on, there's a lot going on. So focusing in on your breath, noticing how it feels to fill your body with that breath, and to exhale and release it is a good way to let everything kind of float out to the side. Bring your attention to your body, to your brain, and give that brain a little bit of rest if you can. Let's take one more breath together here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're going to move into our lion's breath. And you can be right here like this, a nice tall seat. Some you see on their knees, or sometimes you see knees a little bit wide, and then coming down onto the palms of your hands, your fingers facing you. So it's whatever you feel comfortable with. Sometimes things feel a little bit silly, and lion's breath may feel very silly, but wherever you're at, if you're not around a lot of people, you get a little bit more brave. You're willing to try something a little bit silly so people can't see you. And hey, I'm right here streaming live being silly, so, go ahead and give it a try. So find whatever seat you'd like. And I'm going to start out right here. And we're going to breathe in through our nose. I'm going to show you the lion's breath if you've never done it. So you're going to breathe in through your nose, and you can close your eyes. And as you exhale, open your mouth, bring your eyes wide, and maybe cross them. And you're going to stick your tongue out as well. So breathe it in. Big exhale. Couple more like that. Be as silly and as loud as you want. Breathe it in. Let it out. Let's take one more here. Big breath in. Maybe cross your eyes this time if you haven't. Looking at that third eye right there. Let it all out. All right. Let's go ahead and just move into our tabletop from wherever you're at. So wrists come under your shoulders, knees come under your hips. Spine is long and pressed down into the tops of your feet. As you inhale, let your belly drop and your head and hips rise up into cow. And as you exhale, root down into the mat. Arch your back up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, the belly drops, the head and the hips rise. Inhale, arch on up to the sky. Let's go about 3 more rounds of breath here with that cat-cow. Taking your time. And taking any extra moves you like. If you like to sway your hips a little side to side, or maybe you like to sink them back, or anything else that feels good to you. Nice big breaths here. And know that this is your practice. So I'm going to guide you through. But feel free to take any modifications, take a break when you need it, ramp it up if that's what you'd like as well. Let's all meet in that nice neutral spine, that tabletop position. Press down into your right hand, left fingers reach up and out. Slide that arm underneath, threading the needle coming down to your shoulder, the side of your head. So your hand can reach forward, it can wrap around your back, it can stay right here under your shoulder. It's whatever feels good. And we're going to take one more breath here. And then bring that right hand under your shoulder, press yourself up. Sweep the left arm out again, coming back into that tabletop. Root down into the left hand and sweep the right arm out. Slide it underneath and find that nice comfortable shape. Bring your hand under your shoulder, press yourself up, sweep the finger up and out, and then come back into tabletop position, finding that nice long spine. Good. From here, we're going to do that lion's breath again, so feel free to sit your hips back. Again, maybe take the hands in, maybe bring them to your knees, whatever you'd like. So we're going to do 3 lion's breaths. We're going to take a big inhale through the nose, close your eyes. Big open mouth, exhale. Let's do 2 more here. Breathe it in. Let it all out. And 1 more time. In. And let it out. Fantastic. Come on back up into your tabletop. We're going to work on those hips and our balance a little bit here. So we're going to start by reaching the right arm and the left leg out. Pressing down into your left hand, your right knee and the top of your right foot. So your left foot can be down, or you can lift it up hip height, whatever you'd like. On your next inhale, reach a little bit longer, lengthen everything out. Exhale, come back into tabletop. Wrist under your shoulder and knee under your hip. Root down into the right hand and that left leg. Left arm, right leg, come out. Same thing here, your leg can be down or you can float it up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to bring it back down. So we're just going to move with our breath here. As you inhale, right arm and left leg reach. And as you exhale, coming back into tabletop, wrist under shoulder, knee under hip. And left arm, right leg. Back into tabletop. Let's do 1 more each side. Inhale, lengthen everything out. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale to reach. Exhale, back in. Good. Reach your right leg back behind you. Sweep it over to the left side. Maybe glance over your shoulder. That foot can be down or you can float it up. Whatever feels good here. Take a big inhale and a nice big exhale. And on your next exhale, you're going to sweep that leg back through center, all the way over, bringing your knee to your elbow. Sweep it back over to the left side. Bring it around, and you can keep it here. Bring it more towards your wrist. Let's go 1 more time. Sweep it all the way over to the left. Bring it around knee to elbow or wrist. Then take that leg straight back behind you. And as you exhale, bring your right foot outside of your left hand. Feel free to grab blocks to put under your hands if you'd like. Maybe tuck your left toe and scoot your knee back a little bit here. So we're going to pause here. You're going to be right here, wrist under your shoulders. Maybe come to your elbows. Maybe even float that back knee for a little more intensity, a little more fire. And we're going to take one more breath here. You can lower your knee if it's lifted. Press down into the left hand. Right hand comes to your hip or to the sky, taking a nice twist. So again, from here, you can tuck your back toe and float your knee for more intensity if you want a little fire today. You can take that right hand, take it to your hip or wrap it around your lower back, maybe opening up your chest a little bit more. Let's take one more big breath. One more exhale. Inhale, fingers come up to the sky. Exhale, plant your hand inside of your right foot. Set your knee down if it's lifted and come back into tabletop. And let's try that other side. Get set up into tabletop. Take your left leg back behind you and sweep it to the right. And maybe glance over your shoulder for a breath. On your exhale, you're going to sweep it through center and bring it all the way around, knee to your elbow or your wrist. Sweep it over to the right and bring it back through all the way to your elbow. One more time, sweep it around and bring that knee to elbow. Take that leg straight back behind you. And then bring your foot outside of your hand. Maybe tuck that back toe, scoot your knee back. Again, feel free to grab blocks or books or anything you have here if you'd like a little extra height here. So you can be on your hands, you can be on your elbows, you can float that back knee. You just want to make sure your left knee and your toes are in line with each other. If you want, you can always heel toe a little wider if that feels better for you. Let's take about one more breath wherever you're at. If that knee is lifted, go ahead and lower it. And come on up to your hands. Root down into the right hand, bringing it under your shoulder. Left hand to the hip or sky for your twist. Again, you can float that back knee. You can wrap your arm around your waist, opening up the shoulder if that feels comfortable today. Let's take about one more breath. Reach your fingers up, lower that back knee, bring your hand back in and step back to tabletop. Bring your big toes together, sit your hips back. Take a child's pose for a breath. I like to put my hands on my blocks sometimes. It opens up my shoulders and my chest a little bit more. Come on back up into tabletop. Take your right leg back behind you. And you're going to take it outside of your right hand. Scoot that left knee back, and we're going to rise up into warrior two. So you're going to lift the left knee, turn in the left foot, sweep that left hand forward, up and back, rising up into your warrior two. So take a breath or two to find that shape. Excuse me while I push back my quarantine haircut here. I'm sure we're all kind of dealing with that. Root down into the outer edge of your left foot. Right knee and toe are in line with each other. And we're just going to pulse here for a couple breaths. You're going to inhale, lengthen the right leg, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart and bend your right knee back to that warrior two legs. Inhale, straighten the right leg and reach up. Exhale, open up the arms and bend the knee, warrior two. Let's go one more time. Reach it up and palms come together. Exhale, bring them down to your heart. Relax your shoulders, your neck, and your jaw. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, open up. Good. On your next exhale, Cartwheel your hands down to frame your right foot. Step your left foot forward to meet your right, so you may need to kind of hop it up. And rise up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach up for the sky. Soften your knees, fold forward with a nice long spine. You're going to plant your hands, step back into your tabletop. Your left leg is going to reach back behind you. Then come outside of that foot, that hand. Tuck your right toe, scoot your knee back. We're going to come into warrior two. So float the right knee, turn in the right heel. Right hand comes forward, up, opening up into that warrior two. Take a moment to find that shape. Shrugging your shoulders back. Your fingers are strong like your stretch Armstrong. Trying to reach as far as you can. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Arms come up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. As you bend that front knee, push into the outer edge of the right foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press down into both feet as you open up into that warrior two. Let's go one more time. Reach up for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Pressing into the feet, the outer edge of that right foot. Inhale, reach up. And open up into that warrior two. Take an inhale, lengthen up through your spine like you're trying to get a little taller. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your left foot. Shift your weight into that left foot, maybe bounce a couple times. Bring your right foot up to meet left. Reach for the sky, bring your hands down to your heart. Woo! So we get the hips a little bit warm. We're going to do a couple chair poses. I know you guys are really excited because everyone loves chair pose so much. If you take any of my classes, I do some classes online on my Facebook page and my YouTube, and I always like to throw chair in because I know it's a favorite, right? So big toes can be touching or just close together. It's whatever is comfortable for you. We're going to start with our hands at our heart. Shrug your shoulders back so your shoulder blades slide down in the back. You want to keep your spine long. Shift your weight to your heels and sit back right here. So this is a great place to be. You don't have to sink really deep for chair, or if you want to take it lower. Your hands can stay here. You can reach them forward. You can take your arms up to your ears. Be careful because sometimes when you bring your arms up here, that tailbone tilts back. So you want to pull in these lower abs, bring your tailbone in line with your spine, and maybe bring your arms lower. We're going to take one more inhale. Keep the legs where they're at as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale, take it a tiny bit deeper. Inhale to reach up for the sky. Exhale, bring your hands together down to your heart. We're going to go one more time. You can stay with that chair. If you want to challenge today, you can do balancing chair. Bringing your feet about hip distance. Raising up to the balls of your feet, keeping your heels lifted. So whichever one you're choosing here, you're going to shift your hips back, bend your knees, keep that spine long again. Good, so palms can stay together. You can reach arms forward. They can come up to your ears. Let's take a couple breaths here. So inhale, lengthen through the spine. Imagine your spine is just getting a little bit longer. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Maybe wobble a little too. And then as you inhale, rise up. Lower your heels if they're lifted and bring your hands to your heart. Whoo, that was fun. Let's take one more inhale, reach it up. One more exhale to bring the hands to the heart. Good job. Let's go ahead and take a seat. So just come on down. And we're going to practice that lion's breath one more time. I really enjoy lion's breath. I don't know about you, but it's fun. It makes me feel silly. And sometimes you just need to be a little silly. And you need to just let loose. So let's go 3 more lion's breaths before we do a little cool down stretch out. So hands can be wherever it's comfortable. You can be kneeling again, or you can be right here. And you're going to inhale, close your eyes, inhale through your nose. Exhale, open mouth, tongue out. Good, inhale through the nose, soften your gaze or close your eyes. Exhale, lion. Let's do one more, breathe it in. And let it out. Good job. Take a big breath in through your nose. And exhale. Take your legs long in front of you. Feet are flexed and your knees can be bent, or they can be a little bit soft. You want to keep your spine long. So a lot of times when we do seated forward fold, you get here and then your back starts to curl and your chest comes down. We want to keep the spine long so you're not going to come as far forward probably. And I like to walk my hands down my legs or the sides of my legs, keeping my spine long. And nice deep breaths. Keep the feet flexed, but if it's really intense on your hamstrings and glutes and low back, you can bend your knees a little bit here. Let's take 2 more breaths. And inhale to come back up. Bend your knees and bring the bottoms of your feet together for butterfly or bound angle. And you don't have to have the whole sole of your foot together. It can be just that bottom edge. That's more comfortable. Find your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lengthen up a little bit more. Exhale, start to fold forward. And this time you can let your jaw and your neck relax. You can let your shoulders come forward. Take 2 breaths here. If you'd like to open up the chest a little bit more, take your hands out to the side or back behind you, maybe lacing your fingers. On your next inhale, gently come up, release your fingers if you have them laced. And we're going to bend our knees, plant your feet, and roll down onto your back. You want to be about midway on your mat. And if you have a block or a cushion, you want that right by your side. We're going to use it in a couple minutes. Maybe move it a little bit closer to your head so it doesn't get in the way of our legs. Take your right ankle, put it in front of your left thigh in a nice figure 4. Keep your foot flexed. And you can stay here or bring your legs in towards your chest, but you want to keep your shoulders and your hips on the ground. So maybe you can reach your thigh, maybe you can reach your shin, maybe not, and that's okay. You want to just take this nice reclined pigeon, keeping both feet flexed and keeping the right knee and the hip as open as you can. We're going to take 3 breaths here. You've got 1 more breath. Gently lower that left foot to the ground. Lift up the right leg and let's switch sides. Left ankle comes in front of your right thigh, coming to that figure 4. Feel free to stay right here or bring those legs in a little bit closer. Finding a nice stretch here. And while we're here, and I have a little bit of a captive audience, I just want to let you guys know if you're new to Yoga Buzz, on our website and on our YouTube channel, we have several classes a week that are free. If you are able to donate, we ask that you do, but classes are always free. And we also have a really cool program where you can donate for as little as $5 a month to be a Yoga Buzz member. You get some cool benefits with that, and that information is on our website and Facebook page. Gently release that leg back down to the ground. Set your foot down. You're going to take your feet about mat distance and knees stay bent. You can take your arms out to the side or maybe put them on your belly. It's whatever feels good here. As you exhale, let your legs fall over to the right side like windshield wipers. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale over to the left. And I know I did the wrong side, so if I confused you, I apologize. But we'll get both sides done. Inhale back to center and let them fall over to the right. Come on back to center and over to the left. Good, let's do one more time each side. Inhale, bring it up to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Bring your knees in towards your belly. I almost said nose there. And keep your lower back on the ground. Maybe rock a little side to side or draw some little circles with your knees. Bring your feet down to the mat, keeping your knees bent. Lift your hips and take a pillow, a blanket, a block, whatever prop you have. Put it under your low back, just above the glutes. Lift your shoulders, shrug them back to open up your chest and settle in. So you can stay right here. Supported bridge is a great place to be. You can take your legs up for supported waterfall. Or you can take your legs down in front. This is my personal favorite. Letting my hips, my knees, and my toes open up. Or take any other variation that you'd like. We're going to be here for 3 rounds of breath. And maybe while you're laying here, start to notice how your body feels, whatever areas of your body are touching the mat or the floor. For me, it's my heels, my calves, my lower back gently pressing into the block. My mid-back up through my shoulders and the back of my arms and the back of my head. Notice how that feels. If anything feels really good, something doesn't feel real awesome, or if you feel maybe, for me, I feel that little bit of pressure from the block. It's a nice little release for my low back. We're going to take one more round of breath. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Lift your hips, slide that block out. And one more time, we're going to bring the knees in towards the belly and maybe rock side to side or draw some little circles with your knees. Good. Take about 3 rounds of breath for any final moves that you'd like. If you want to draw some little circles with your ankles, release the calves, the ankles and the shins, or if you'd like a happy baby or anything else that feels good. If you're ready, find your way into that final rest, that Shavasana. That last pose can be whatever's comfortable for you. You can have legs out. You can take butterfly. You can put that block under your low back again, if that feels really awesome. Or you can come up and have a seat as well. If you are on the ground, gently lift your shoulders again. Shrug them back and settle back down so you open up your chest. If you have a seat, if you're taking a seat, make sure you're sitting up tall and you shrug the shoulders back to open up the chest. Wherever you're at, I want you to take 3 rounds of breath. On each inhale, you're going to squeeze everything that you can. Squeeze your entire body. On your exhale, let everything go. And feel free to do that lion's breath if you'd like. Inhale, breathe it in and squeeze everything as tight as you can. Exhale, let it all go. Let's do one more. Breathe it all in. Squeeze it all in as tight as you can. Let it all out. Soften your gaze or close your eyes and stay here as long as you need, friends. Focusing on your breath, noticing how that breath feels to enter and leave your body. Noticing how it leaves your body feeling. And it's okay to not be able to empty your mind. It's okay to have thoughts popping in. It is on a normal day, without all of this quarantine and everything going on, you can have a lot of thoughts going on. But with everything else, all this stress we have going on, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed with thoughts. And that's okay. But just try to focus on your breath, acknowledge the thoughts, and then let them float away. Bringing your focus back into your breath, back into your body, and just taking a little more time for yourself. Friends, please feel free to stay here as long as you need, resting and relaxing. On behalf of Yoga Buzz and Earth Day, thank you for joining me, on behalf of myself as well. And from my heart to yours, friends, peace, love, and kindness.